In this video, I will be showing you an exclusive behind the scenes of how I manage my personal brand with more than 135,000 followers across Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. If you want to learn how to schedule your week and run a successful personal brand, watch till the end. Monday is all about idea generation, and there are two ways I personally come up with ideas: actively or passively. The passive way is the so-called eureka moment, those random moments in which you are driving your car or you are under the shower and ideas come to mind. That's what I call passive idea generation. The most important thing with passive idea generation is to write down your ideas or say them to someone else as soon as possible. Otherwise, you will forget them, and believe me, that isn't pleasant.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
The main task that I have every single Monday is to come up with ideas for my LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube channel. This usually takes me between 15 and 25 minutes, and in order to do that, I use tools such as Quora, Answer the Public, FactFox, and I also gather up ideas from my comment sections on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, as well as by benchmarking my competition. Another fantastic way to gather up content ideas is by doing Instagram Q&A sessions, as well as by just scrolling on your Explore feed and in curation pages and seeking what is popular. Tuesday is the so-called organizational day. The ideas that came up to my mind on Monday now need to be filtered and separated by different platforms. Another thing that I am doing on Tuesdays is to come up with a hook and takeaway for each idea that I have. You don't want to put all your time and effort into content ideas which have weak hooks and no one will see, or which don't have a practical takeaway for your audience. Think about your habits as a content consumer. I bet that you wouldn't watch a video named "I just created 7 pieces of content." On the other hand, if I title this video something like "A week in the life of a content creator with 135,000 followers," you might be more inclined to watch the video. That's why hooks are so important. You need to generate curiosity in the minds of your audience. You also want to pay special attention to the value that you are sharing. A lot of creators out there are just giving out information which is true but useless. What you want to be doing is giving out information that your audience can implement immediately. That way, in the minds of your audience, you will position as an expert way easier and gain followers quicker. If you're enjoying the video thus far, make sure you go crush that like button, as it helps the YouTube algorithm a lot. Wednesday is all about copy creation and copy creation alone. After we have spent the first 2 days of the week in generating ideas, now we want to make them stronger and develop our ideas even further with the help of copy. You probably noticed, but I break each day with one task in specific. That way my mind doesn't have to multitask all the time and I can focus on one specific thing. That way I am way more effective at what I am doing. And as mentioned, on Wednesdays I create all the copy for my social media networks. My video scripts for YouTube, my scripts for carousels on Instagram, my posts on LinkedIn, my emails, my captions, everything that needs copy. I also try to implement clear structures into every single content that I am writing, such as this one for my carousels and this one for my YouTube scripts. That way, creating copy drafts is way easier and more efficient. In Thursdays, I am doing copy revision. It is usually way easier to improve your copy after you have gave it a little time to rest. That's why on Thursdays, I focus on looking through my copy drafts and making sure that they are perfect. This is called auto-correction. Because the copy on your social media page needs to be super tight, people don't have time to waste, you need to make sure that you are creating drafts and you are editing them. Never publish the first copy you have created. After all, people are scrolling hella fast on their social media networks. That's why you need to be making your copy following the KISS formula. Keep it simple, stupid. And just to illustrate this point, here are two copies, A and B. I bet that you gave up on reading A and you finished B. That's why you need to be looking at your copy on social media the same way. Make it hook your audience in the beginning, don't use words which are hard to read or pronounce, and make your copy impactful with a clear call to action. Friday is all about finding the relevant images for my content. I invest a lot of time in finding the right images for my content because this is such an important element, especially on platforms such as YouTube and Instagram. You need to make sure that the image is stopping the scroll of the users, gathering their attention into one element and then making them click. For this purpose, I am utilizing tools such as 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 and 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀𝗀, as well as searching for talented artists on Behance and on Instagram. I usually invest around 2 hours weekly in finding unique images which don't look like stock photos, that fit my brand and tell a story. That way I can stop the scroll of my viewers and gather their attention into my content. The weekend is all about the actual content creation. I record my YouTube videos with this setup, I create my carousels for LinkedIn and Instagram utilizing Photoshop, and I schedule my content utilizing Hootsuite for LinkedIn, Creator Studios for Facebook and Instagram, and YouTube Studios for YouTube. Because throughout the week I have already done that heavy lifting by preparing each element, during the weekend my job is way simpler and it usually takes me around 3 to 5 hours to prepare my content for not one platform but 3 platforms. That's why the schedule that I just mentioned to you is so powerful for people running businesses or for people who still have a 9-to-5 job. With the modest investments of 1 to 2 hours daily, just preparing everything in advance and then batching your work, you will be way more effective and will be able to manage your social media presence with ease. If you'd like to learn how I grew my personal brand on Instagram, there is a book in that description box below, so go download your ebook right now.